I knew it. I knew that someone would succeed. Have you come over the pass? Our messenger managed to get through then.
No, your messenger didn't make it across the pass. I've come by order of Lord Hagen.
Accursed orcs. Well, Commander Garand will certainly want to speak to you. You'll find him in a large building guarded by 2 knights.
Where can I find gear here?
Tandor hands out the weapons. Engor, the steward, is responsible for everything else.
What about magic supplies?
We are equipped with spell scrolls. If you want some of them, let me know.
Who can teach me something here?
Talk to Milton. He's the only magician here.
Show me your spell scrolls.
You came over the pass? Well done. We have already lost a lot of men out there. I know myself what it's like out there. I accompanied a reconnaissance unit for a while. Do you have a weapon? If you need a good weapon, I'm your man.
What became of the unit?
We scouted the area and wanted to advance to the coast. We set up our camp in a cave. It was late at night when the orcs came. They charged us up the slope with torches and drums and discovered us. We tried to flee, but I was the only one who threw. Soon after that, the orcs erected their big palisade, and we pulled back into the castle.
Show me your wares. Hey, you train people?
Yeah, once those orcs, or even worse, the dragons attack again, every single hand will be needed.
Can you train me too?
Sure. I'll train any good man. But besides your talent, you need a good weapon if you want to survive here. Ask the knight Tandor. He'll take care of you.
What about long-range combat?
What about it?
Can you teach me that too?
No, but you can ask Udar. He's the best crossbowman I know.
Hey! Show me your spell scrolls. Hey!
You were damn lucky when you came in. I very nearly shot you.
Then I guess I should be glad that you have such keen eyesight.
Save your breath. Talk to Sengrath if you want something.
Hey! I heard that you are the best crossbowman far and wide.
If they say so, it must be true. What do you want?
I am the greatest.
You're all right. Well, if you want to learn, then I'll help you.
How are things in the castle?
A few of the boys are practicing, but in principle, we're all just waiting for something to happen. This uncertainty is wearing us down. That's the strategy of those blasted orcs. They'll wait until our nerves are shot.
Look who has returned, our hero from the barrier.
Good to see you, Milton. You here again?
Again. After the barrier collapsed, I entered the monastery of the Magicians of Fire. But once it was clear that the paladins wanted to come here, my experience and knowledge of the place proved to be quite useful.
So they decided then and there to entrust me with the holy mission of providing magical support to this expedition. Do you remember Gorn, Diego, and Lester?
Of course I remember the boys.
Well, Gorn and Diego didn't get far. They were picked up by the paladins here in the valley. Lester has vanished, though. I have no idea where he's hanging around.
I've met Lester. He's with Zardos now.
One bit of good news, at least. Well, I have nothing pleasant to report.
So what is there to report?
The paladins came here with the intention of getting the magic ore, but with the dragon attacks and the orcs, I can't imagine the paladins will march out of here with the ore. No, Baianos. I feel the presence of something dark, something evil growing here. Something that emanates from this valley. We paid a high price for the annihilation of the sleeper. The destruction of the barrier has ruined this place as well. We can all count ourselves lucky if we survive this.
How much ore have you stored away so far?
How much ore? Not one chest. We haven't had contact with the scrapers for some time. It wouldn't amaze me if they were all long dead. We are being attacked by dragons and besieged by orcs. This expedition is a complete disaster.
Where are Gorn and Diego now?
Well, Gorn is sitting here in the dungeon because he resisted arrest. They assigned Diego to a troop of scrapers. Ask the paladin Parseval. He assembled the groups.
Can you teach me something?
I can instruct you in some magic from the second circle of magic, or I can help you to increase your magic power. If you feel ready to increase your power, then I can instruct you.
What is your task here?
Originally, I was supposed to assay the magic ore, but we haven't seen much of that so far. Now I'm concentrating on the study of alchemy.
I want to increase my magic powers.
Come back once you have more experience.
Teach me the second circle of magic.
This is normally the privilege of the teachers of our order, but I think that in this case we can make an exception. I don't know if I quite remember the official words. Enter now the second circle. It will show you the way, but your deeds form the path. Or something along those lines. I think you understand what this is all about.
Let's go and free Gorn.
Well, the problem in this matter is that Gorn is a convicted prisoner. But if we're lucky, Garand will agree on a deal, and we can buy his freedom.
Yes, maybe.
Keep me in the picture.
I want to learn some new spells.
He really didn't deserve that.
Hey, you!
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Hey, how are you?
How do you think I'm doing? I spend a whole day at the grindstone sharpening blades, and yesterday Engor shortened our rations again. If it goes on like this, we're all gonna starve, or we'll all be killed by orcs. Not a pleasant prospect.
Who is Engor?
Angor manages the provisions and shares out the rations, and they get smaller every week. Sure, you can bargain with him, but only for cold, hard cash.
And you can't with that?
The most I can get for the lousy pay we collect is a couple of turnips.
Where can I find this Angor?
In the knight's house. Just go through the open entryway next to the smithy.
It was just like you said.
Wait a minute.
What do you want?
I agree with you completely. Some don't even know how wicked they are.
That's been going a long time.
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
Hey.
Ah, so you're the guy who made it across the pass.
Yes.
Great. I'm Angor. I manage this expedition. Just don't get the idea that I give anything away for free. But if there's gold in your pockets, I'm always willing to cut a little deal.
It was just like you said.
You're the one who deals out the rations, or so I've heard.
That's right. Why? Should I feed you now too? If there's anything you want, you'll pay for it, just like everyone else.
Maybe I can help you with your work.
Sure, why not? I could use some help.
So, what needs to be done?
Our food supplies are low. Above all, we're almost out of meat. So if you could get us some meat, raw or cooked, ham or sausages, that would be much appreciated. How about it? Will you help us?
Don't worry, I'll get you some meat.
About 24 chunks of meat would help me feed quite a few hungry mouths. Come back when you have the meat. I get back to my work now.
Hey, you! Here, I bought you something.
Great. You brought enough meat. That'll do for a while. But don't get the idea that I'll give you anything for free now.
Show me your wares.
We can only wait and see.
It's totally
change. It's totally obvious.
That was quite obvious.
You should have known.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
So that would be a problem.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
They listen to you as much.
You already know what I think.
I knew that would be a problem, just like you said.
Let's wait and see what happens. Anything's possible.
I don't know why you did you pick that up then?
I could have told you that. Why haven't I heard about this before?
That was quite obvious.
As if I didn't have enough problems.
You didn't get that from me. I knew that would be a problem.
Nothing's ever going to change that.
Hey, you! What's your task here?
My job? Training the lads. I teach them how to get muscles of steel. I also take care of the prisoners. I'm like a damn father to those bastards. But my real art is to get them to talk. And believe me, I have ways to make anyone talk.
Sounds awful nice.
But those flea-infested blockheads we have currently locked up don't have much to say anyway. And they won't let me deal with that Gorn.
Could you train me?
Sure, I can help you become stronger, but I don't give anything away for free.
How much do you want?
You run around outside the castle, don't you? Here's what I suggest. My assistant Den made himself scarce during the last attack. What a quitter. But he didn't run for it empty-handed. He took the contents of our cash box with him.
What cash box?
We have this chest where we keep the stuff we have, collected over the course of time. And that was a tidy sum. The chest contained 200 gold pieces along with some precious jewelry. If you bring me back the gold, you can keep the jewels and I'll train you.
Do you know where Den was headed?
As far away from here as possible. I guess he might have tried to get through the pass.
Thanks, that's very helpful.
Well, what can I say? I have no idea where he went.
I've got something for you.
Excellent. I'll train you if you like.
I'm not touching that.
Anything's possible.
It was just like I knew that would be a problem.
Who said that? He should have known better. He listened to the wrong people.
Stop! Who are you? The question where I come from is much more important. I came across the pass. So, are you going to stop me now, or can I go in?
Well, I couldn't know that. Of course you're allowed in.
Nothing's ever going to change that. It's been known a long time.
That's no secret.
Is it really true?
Those are all just rumors. I'm not touching that. Only you decide what's right or wrong.
That's all just...
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Is it really true?
As if I didn't have enough problems.
It had to happen sooner or later.
I wouldn't have done that.
It's no...
Anything's possible.
It had to happen sooner or later.
That'll only cause more trouble.
No idea.
I could have told you that before. Those...
You don't have to tell me that.
already know what I think. Nobody ever asks me.
It had to happen sooner or later.
No one must violate the divine order.
Same old thing all over again. No idea. You tell me.
Come here, damn beast.
You know, deals out fair punishment. Say that myself.
One must violate the divine order.
Get away with that.
That would be a problem.
Totally obvious.
Nothing's going to change about that.
I don't want to hear it.
You really should have known better.
I hardly know what to do that on our own.
Nobody ever asks.
Do you really think?
It's better to watch out than tell words.
I used to say that myself.
I hardly know it's no fun. Listen to me.
You don't have to ask me that.
You don't have to tell me that.
He should have known better.
It had to happen sooner or later.
Who told you that?
I'm staying out of it.
Can't believe that.
Nothing's going to change about that.
He really should have known better.
Why did you make that up then?
As if I didn't have enough problems.
I used to say that myself.
Hey, where do you come from? You aren't one of the scrapers, and you aren't one of my people. Well,
I've come across the pass.
over the pass, you actually got
I
through?
told you that before.
By Innos! Why have you taken this path upon yourself, magician?
You already
I come Lord Hagen. He wants me to bring him proof of the presence of the dragons.
And you've just come here to get it and then disappear again?
Well, that's what I had in mind.
So he wants proof.
You know, steals
He
out
can
fair
have it.
punishment.
But I can't send you back to Lord Hagen without giving him information about the ore. Listen, Lord Hagen absolutely must learn what the situation is here and how much ore we've mined up to now.
All right. What do you want me to do for you?
I've got 3 units of scrapers out there, but they haven't sent me a single nugget. Visit the mining sites and report back to me how much ore they have stored. Then I'll write you a letter that you are going to take back to Lord Hagen.
Oh, well, I guess I have no choice.
Rely on that.
But why me, of all people?
told you that.
Because you know a way to get through the lines of orcs. My boys would be hopelessly lost out there. You, on the other hand, have managed to get through once already. That makes you the best man for this job.
I need some equipment.
Talk to the magician Milton here in the castle. He knows about the things you'll need.
That's exactly what I said.
Where can I find the mining sites?
Here, take this map. It shows the 2 areas where the mining sites are located. If you have any more questions, ask Parzival. He can tell you all you need to know about the scrapers.
I want you to let Gorn go.
I can't let him go. He has committed many crimes and they must be atoned for.
Can I pay his penalty?
That might be a possibility, but certainly not a cheap one. I want 1,000 gold pieces for Gorn.
That's a lot of gold.
Gorn also has much to answer for. Bring me the gold, and I'll set Gorn free.
That's nothing new.
How's the situation?
You should set out to find the mining sites. I'm desperate for news about the status of the ore production.
Been there, done that.
Hey,
What's your task?
I'm a strategic officer of the king, and I currently answer to the Honorable Commander Garand. We are the last of the paladins here in the castle. All the others have left or fallen. It is now our responsibility to bring a good end to this expedition, and that we shall do. By Enos, that we shall do.
I am to go to the mining sites.
This isn't going to be child's play. Beware. First of all, seek out the paladins. They are leading the 3 groups. If you want to know more about it, speak to Parzival.
I have a message for you.
What is it?
Your brother is dead. He got as far as the pass.
My brother? Enos put me to a severe test, but he died as his servant. This news is like an arrow which pierces my heart. I shall seek new strength in prayer.
It was his decision.
What can you tell me about the scrapers?
I assembled the 3 groups. Marcos, Fadjeth, and Silvestro are the paladins who each lead a group. Marcos's group set out in the direction of an old mine, led by an old digger named Grimes. The other 2 groups set out together. Jurgen, one of our scouts, has reported that they set up Camp Large Tower.
How's the situation?
The camp is surrounded by orcs. They've really dug themselves in. But even more alarming are the attacks by the dragons. They have destroyed the entire outer ring by now. Another dragon attack, and we'll take heavy losses.
How many dragons are there?
We don't know how many there are all in all, but it's more than 1. But that isn't all. The whole Valley of Mines is full of evil creatures that support the dragons. Let's not kid ourselves. Without reinforcements from outside, our chances of getting out of here alive are slim. We'll stand firm for as long as we can.
Do you know how to get to the mining sites?
There's no safe way into that valley, but it seems to make sense to me not to take the direct route. Keep away from the orcs and the woods, and may Innos protect you.
Which group of scrapers did Diego go with?
This convict, Diego? He's with Paladin Silvestro's group.
I always act in the name of Enos.
You don't have to tell me that. That is the will of Enos. Even if they actually better watch out. Only Enos decides.
I can't believe on like this forever. Is it really true?
Hey! Garon wants 1,000 gold pieces for Gorn.
A nice sum. I can chip in 250 gold pieces.
Can you give me some? Garon has asked me to go to the mining sites.
Where am I supposed to get that? The only thing I can give you is a valuable rune stone.
Don't say you didn't know that.
Hey, you! I want to buy Gorn's freedom.
Agreed. You can go to Gerald and tell him to release Gorn on my orders.
Tell me that isn't true.
Where'd you pick that up then? Just believe everything you hear. I don't believe this is gonna change. Some problem solved themselves.
What are you guarding?
The prisoners.
And who's that?
A few convicts and the mercenary Gorn. A tough guy, strong as an ox.
Not touching that.
It took 4 men to bring him into custody.
You don't have to ask me forever.
Set Gorn free. That's an order from Commander Garand.
I've already been informed. Here's the key. You can go in.
It's totally obvious. Where did you go? That'll only cause more trouble.
Enough of this lounging about. You're free.
It's about time somebody got me out of here. I certainly hadn't expected it to be you, though. It's damn good to see you.
Garand says you eat too much and he can no longer afford to feed you.
Now that you mention it, I could kill a couple of beers. Let's get out of here. I've seen enough of this cell.
Okay, see you with Milton.
Sure thing.
But he knew that all along. Where did you pick that up then? There've been all kinds of rumors.
This is going to change.
In us enlightens all those who recognize his wisdom.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
I never knew that.
Nothing amazes me.
That'll only cause more trouble.
I've heard a thing or two. That was no big deal.
That's really not my problem.
It can't go on like this forever.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
He really didn't deserve that.
That's all just gossip.
I can't believe it. Got my own opinion about that. For that is the will of Innos.
In us enlightens all those who recognize his wisdom.
Don't say you didn't know that.
No one really wants to hear that.
Hey!
I've freed Gorn.
Good. Then we should think about what happens next.
Listen, I've loafed around here long enough. It's time I saw something other than this valley. How did you get over the pass?
There's a path through the abandoned mine.
Good. I'll wait for the right moment and then I'm out of here.
Where will you go then?
I heard that Lee is still alive. I want to join up with him again.
We'll meet again.
You can count on it.